Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and today I'm gonna teach you about Korean alphabet. And Korean alphabet is very easy to learn, so you can master it in a few hours. You can read everything written in Korean after you mastering this alphabet. So let's get started. In Korean alphabet, just like any other alphabets, they have 자음, the consonant, and 모음, the vowels. So I'm gonna teach you consonants first, and then I'm gonna teach you vowels. The first alphabet, the first consonant is 기읍. It looks like this, and it has a similar sound to an English G. So the representative words for 기읍 is 국, which means soup, and 고기, which means meat. The next alphabet is 니은. It looks like this, and it has a similar sound to an English N. So the representative words for 니은 is 나, which means me, and 니, which means you. And the next one is 디귿. It looks like this, and it has similar sounds to an English D. So the representative words for 디귿 is 돈, which means money, and 닫다, which means to close. And the next one is 리을. It has sounds somewhere between English R and L. So the representative words for 리을 is 력, which means strength. And the next one is 미음. It looks like this, like a square shape. It has similar sounds to an English M. So the representative words for 미음, there are 말, which means horse, and 마음, which means mind. And then the next one is 비읍. It looks like this, and it sounds similar to English B sound. So the representative word for 비읍 is 비, which means rain, and 발, which means food, and sometimes by the situation it means feet. The next one is 시옷. It sounds similar to English S, but it's a little weaker. So S is a strong sound, and 시옷 is a little bit weaker sound. So the representative words for 시옷 is 사람, which means a person, and 술, which means alcohol. The next alphabet is 이응. It's a circle-shaped alphabet, and it actually doesn't have a sound. It doesn't have a sound as it comes to the first sound of the syllable, but all you need to do is just pronounce the vowel when it came to the first of the syllable. Let me give you some examples, like 엄마, which means mom, and 아빠, which means dad. What I did is just make a sound from the vowel, like this and this. This sounds like so I said 엄마, and this sounds like so I said 아빠. So 이응 actually doesn't have a sound when it comes to the first of the syllable, like here and like here. The next one is 지읒. It looks like this, and it sounds similar to English J sound. So representative words for 지읒, there are 줄, which means rope, and 잘, which means well, as an adverb, like you did it well. So 줄 and 잘 is the representative words for 지읒. Next one is 치읓. It looks like this. And representative words for 치읓, there are 촬영, which means filming. Filming. And 축구, which means soccer or football, depends on where you live. 치읓 sounds like English CH sounds like chance or chancellor. The next one is 키읔. So 키읔 sounds similar to English K sound. So the representative words are 크다, which means to grow, and 큰, which means big. And then there are 티귿. This sounds quite similar to English T sounds. So there are 틀리다, which means wrong, and 토끼, which means rabbit. 티귿 sounds similar to English T. And the next one is 피읍, which sounds similar to English P sound. So there are 팔, which means arm or arms. It depends on the context. And 파, which means green onion. 팔 and 파 represent the 피읍 sounds, which sound similar to P sounds in English. And then there are 히읗 sounds. 히읗 is a sound similar to H. So 학교, which means school, and 할머니 means grandmother. So 학교 and 할머니 has 히읗 sounds, which is similar to English H sound. The next alphabet is 쌍디귿, which looks like this. It looks like tigut that you learned beforehand, and it actually sounds similar to tigut, but you should pause your breaths beforehand like tigut, but it has to be much stronger. So you have to stress your mouth muscles to pronounce 쌍디귿 properly. So it sounds like 떡, which means it's a kind of Asian rice cake. And there are 딸기, which means strawberry. 쌍디귿 is a kind of a hard sound to make, and also it's a hard sound to listen, because in English there aren't something sounds like this, so you have to practice to listen to the difference between 디귿, 티귿, and 쌍디귿, and yeah, you have to practice, and it will take some time to perfectly listen to it or pronounce it. And then the next one is this is 쌍기역, which sounds quite similar to 기역, but you have to pause your breaths beforehand like 기역, but it also has to be much stronger. So you have to stress your mouth muscles and pause the breath beforehand. It sounds like 꿀, which means honey, and 까마귀, which means crow or raven. 까마귀 and 꿀. So you have to pause your breath beforehand, and you have to stress your mouth muscles so it sounds much stronger. And then the next one is 쌍시옷. It looks like this, and it has a similar sounds to S, 시옷, but it has to be much stronger. The representative words for 쌍시옷 is 쓰다, which means use, and 쓰레기, which means trash. 쓰레기 and 쓰다, like 쌍디귿 and 쌍기역 and 쌍시읒. These kinds of words we call doubled consonant, and it has much stronger sounds than normal consonants like 시읒 or 디귿 or 기역. So you have to stress your mouth muscles to pronounce it, and you have to pause beforehand to pronounce it. Okay, move on to the next one, which is 쌍지읒. 쌍지읒 is a sound similar to 지읒, but you should pause your breaths beforehand like 치읒, but it has to be much stronger. So it sounds like 짠, which means salty, and 짜다, like rib or meat. And move on to the next one is 쌍비읒, which looks like this, and it has a similar sound to 비읒, but you should pause your breaths beforehand like 피읒, but it has to be much stronger. So it sounds like 빵, which means bread, and 빨리, which means fast. So this is all of the Korean consonants, and I want to give you a brief review about Korean consonants. What we just learned is 기역, 니은, 디귿, 리을, 미음, 비읍, 시옷, 이응, and 지옷, 치옷, 히읗, 티귿, 피읍, and 히읗, and 쌍디귿, 쌍기역, 쌍시옷, 쌍지읒, and 쌍비읒. So these are all of the Korean consonants, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So there are 19 consonants. And I want to give you some advices and tips. So there are 19 consonants in Korean. So this is 기역, sounds like English G sounds, like 국 and 고기. And this is 니은, which has a similar sounds to English N sounds, like 나 or 니. And this is 디귿, which is sounds similar to English D sounds, like 돈 or 닫다. And this is 리을. It sounds somewhere between R and L. So it sounds like 력. And this is 미음, which is sounds similar to English M sounds, like 말 and 마음. And this is 비읍, which is a similar sounds to English B sounds, like 비 or 발. And this is a sound similar to English S, like 사람 and 술. And this is 이응, but it doesn't sound at the beginning of the syllable, like 아빠 and 엄마. So all you have to do is pronounce the vowels before this 이응. And this is 지읒, which sounds like J sounds, like 줄 and 잘. And this is 치읒, which sounds like English CH sounds like chocolate, chancellor, chance, like 촬영 and 축구. And this is 키읔 sounds, which sounds similar to English K sounds, like 크다 and 큰. And this is 티귿, which sounds similar to English T sounds, like 틀리다 and 토끼. And this is 피읍, sounds similar to English P, like 팔 or 파. This is 히읗, which sounds similar to English H sound, like 학교 and 할머니. And this is 쌍디귿, and this is 쌍기읒, 쌍시옷, 쌍지읒, and 쌍비읒. And I want to give you this advice. For English speakers, these sounds like 치읒, 키읔, 티귿, 피읍, and 쌍디귿, 쌍기읒, 쌍시읒, 쌍지읒, and 쌍비읒 might sound very similar. It almost sounds like same sounds to English speakers, because in English, you guys don't distinguish these sounds. So you guys listen to these sounds like 치읒 sounds very similar to 쌍지읒, 티귿 sounds like very similar to 쌍디귿, 키읔 sounds like very similar to 쌍기역, and 피읍 sounds like very similar to 쌍비읒. So these four things might sound very similar to you guys. But the main difference is the strength and how much stress you give to your mouth muscle. Like 촬영, 축구, to 짠, 짜다. And 큰, 크다, to 꿀 and 까마귀. And 틀리다, 토끼, to 떡 and 딸기. And 팔 and 파 sounds really similar to 빵 and 빨리. 빵, 빨리, 팔, 파. 빵, 빨리, 팔, 파. But these are completely different sounds and different consonants. So you have to practice to understand and notice the difference of these sounds. And you also have to practice to pronounce these sounds differently because it's a different sounds in Korean. So it might take a few hours to completely pronounce or listen to these consonants. So you have to do that. Okay. And the next advice is these consonants has an order. They have an order like English alphabets like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Korean alphabet, Korean consonant has orders too, but it is completely unnecessary and that is not important at all. For me, I am fluent in English. I have no problem with talking with native peoples, watch Netflix dramas, writing papers, or reading articles, whatsoever. I am fluent and very good at English right now, but I still confused about the English alphabet's order because when I started to learn English, I didn't practice or memorize the English alphabet order. So there are consonant orders in Korean too, but that is completely unnecessary, not important. So you don't have to memorize it. So that is the point. You don't have to memorize it, but you have to know there are consonant orders, which is you look at right now. These are the orders. And then the next advice is these consonants has names. Actually, they have names like this one's name is Hyuk. But you don't have to memorize these alphabets name because at the beginning, they don't have the names. When the Hangul, the alphabets came, there were no names for each consonant, but these names are made by Korean researcher in modern age. And it is kind of very hard to memorize or pronounce these names, even for native peoples. Let me give you some examples. This is Gyeok, and which has its consonant as its component, like here and here. This name is Pil, which is really hard to pronounce for even native peoples. And, as the researchers said, they has these consonants in their components, but I don't think this will help you learn Hangul at all. So just completely ignore these names. But what I recommend is memorize these consonants with the sounds, like Kyuk for English G, Nyum for English N, Tigut for English D, Lir for English somewhere between R and L. Mium sounds like English M, Piub sounds like B sounds in English, Shiot sounds like S. Liung actually don't have sounds when it comes to the first of the syllable. And Jiut has J sound, Chiut has CH sound, Kiok has K sound, Tigut has T sounds, Hyup has P sounds, and Hyut has H sounds. Like this. And maybe Sang-Tigut has double D sounds, Sang-Gyuk has double G sounds, Sang-Shiot has double S sounds, Sang-Shiot has double J sounds, Sang-Pyup has double B sounds, like this. Just memorize these consonants by its sounds. This is much easier. This is much natural. They don't even have names when they first came out. So these are all the advices I can give you guys. And on the next video, I will teach you guys about the Korean vowels. See you in the next video. Bye bye.